Okay, welcome guys, welcome. We're going to be playing some more SKULLS games and we're going back to Gladius. I'm playing back to back to back, which is actually not good for my channel, but I really do enjoy this game a lot. I won't play with the hat on today, maybe. Maybe I'll put it back on if something big happens, but anyway, I'm just not used to playing with a hat inside. It's sort of, it's not what you do inside. Anyway, let's continue on. I did actually, I've just gotten the new DLC, so if I go into patch notes, you can see their version 1.16. The Onslaught pack has just been introduced, so I've actually just installed that one, which means we have to start again. We've got basically a different, one more unit for every one of the different factions. And before we get started, look, the actual game, the base game at the moment is completely free on Steam for this SKULLS week. So definitely grab it if you don't actually have the base game. I got a comment that I was reading. I was reading a few comments actually just from on the YouTube comments last night, just to sort of see what people were thinking of the game, etc., etc. And one comment was that people didn't like. There was a person who didn't really want the actual the free game because of all the DLC costing so much. And I'll show you what I mean. And it's a relevant thing, and this is one of these things where when you do get into a game or a franchise, it can end up feeling like it's just too much, to actually sort of to grab when it feels like there's DLC bloat. I'm going to say feels like it because there is, but there's not, and so I'll just go into Gladius again, which is free, as I say. But the actual, to get all of the DLC, look, it was for them, it was about $90, I think. It must have been US, I'm guessing. So you've got, the complete, even though there's stuff that is cheaper, it still costs a substantial amount just to get the DLC, even with the base game being free. And I guess there is actually a fear of actually sort of getting the base game and then feeling compelled to start to sort of collect the DLC, and I certainly understand that. I thought I'd just mention it because it is a thing, and there is a lot of content for this game, like a hell of a lot. So I thought I'd just mention that. Yeah, I understand. And we've got the Onslaught pack, which has literally just been introduced yesterday, which adds new units. If I was and with the benefit of hindsight, if I was sort of approaching the game in different ways as to what I think is more valuable and how things do work. First of all, the base game, the free game, you've got 4 factions there which are major factions, and so it is very good as a standalone game. You don't need the DLC to have fun with the actual game itself, and so in that sort of sense, you've got. You've got the Space Marines, which are really cool. Necrons, which are cool. They all play very differently. The Orcs, and you've also then got the Astra Militarum. And with those 4, you've really got a good game, without anything else being added to it. But then when you go through all of the DLC, some of them actually add in new factions. And I think that they're probably the next things that you'd be looking at trying to get at some point. And some of these actually add in different types of things. Like there's, and so it's starting, if we started from the bottom here, which are the oldest ones, and go through the wallpapers you don't need, soundtrack you don't need, a lot of skulls you don't need, reinforcement pack, just adds more units. Again, these are okay. What's that, $4.50 Australian. So, so Brandy's saying, I feel for that guy. Yes, I do too, because it's off-putting when you see so much DLC and thinking, oh, it's not really going to. It's sort of the grab is to get you in with a free game and then actually compel you to get the DLC, and you really don't need it. But if you are wanting to get it, it's things like the Tyranids is good, Chaos Space Marines is good, things like the Fortification pack. That's actually not bad, but again, it only adds to the existing content. Again, you don't need it. Tau is a faction, so the faction ones do add, for me, the most bang for buck. Assault pack again, just different equipment. The Craftwell Eldiri back and through here as well. This is a content pack, so if you enjoy and you don't need like, you know, you don't need these different packs, but they all do play very, very differently. Adeptus Mechanicus is one that I would recommend. Adeptus Sororitas I like as well. Drukhari is actually, you know, is another of the unit packs. So these actually just add more actual playable content to the game. So yes, there is a lot of DLC. I do understand the you know, the issue with it sort of appearing just so overwhelming. But honestly, the base game is extremely playable. So I thought I'd just mention that because I do understand that sentiment. Even though it's, you know, 46% off, you know, and it does cost an awful lot to get all of them, it is actually, you know, you can at least find out if you like the game with the base game, because it really is very, very good. And like normally it's the base game, what is it, like for me normally the base game would be 60 odd bucks, so you're getting and it's a very, very good game, you know, for what it does do. To get it for free, I would say just look, get it, but don't worry about the DLC until you start to get bitten by it. So for Branty's saying, bought the unit packs because you can find them cheap, but the faction DLCs are never too cheap. No, they're not. There's a lot more work that goes into a full faction than the others. So Leocene is saying, I'd do it if it was real time. Late game Gladius can be really tedious unless you kill a bunch first. I don't mind it. Like, it seems to sort of, I mean, I very rarely finish off complete games. Like even the one that we were playing yesterday, playing as the Orcs. I know that I'm now at a position where I can't be beaten. So for me, I'm sort of happy to start again today, just because of the new pack that I've got. So Rampage saying, do all the new factions have a new storyline? Well, they've got quests, but I turn the quests off. I don't like the quests. Yeah, they all have stories, yes. So they've essentially got a process that sort of pushes you in a certain direction. Reduce Silver is saying, what is the new DLC? I've just checked out on Steam and can't see anything very new. Yeah, the new one is this Onslaught pack, this one through here, where you end up with different new units for each of the faction has got one more extra unit coming back into it. So these are the various units. That's the Orc one. I did actually load it in and then see if I could actually continue on the current game. They show up in the list, but then they say that you can't get it unless you actually start a new game with them. So yeah, we've got different groups there for the various factions. There we go. SKULLS is back on with another broadcast. But anyway, that's yeah. So that's what we'll start again with that one there, and see how we go. But anyway, yes, I do. I always like to address those sorts of sentiments because I think that they're very, very relevant. And in this case, when you've got so much DLC, it does appear like DLC bloat that is sort of to hook you into the game, and I don't think it's the case in here. I think it's just that the game has been so well received, and the community has wanted stuff for the game. So they are, you know, they're churning out stuff, and I guess you don't really need the unit packs. The faction packs certainly do make a lot of sense, but the unit packs you don't really need. So does the Ultimate Founding work? Is it new units alongside the Space Marines or a separate faction? The Ultimate Founding is the that is hang on, where is it? Let's go back to it. So the Ultima Founding is this one through here is actually just an addition to the Space Marines. So it sort of fleshes out the Space Marines a bit more. I mean, it's got different sorts of things in there. So we end up with I'll just get rid of it. Yeah, I was sort of hoping for more. So the Primaris are ready to step into battle for the God Emperor. 8 new units and unique gameplay mechanics will give you more options for the fight for Gladius. So the Primaris Aggressor, the Primaris Hellblaster. So you end up with essentially like almost like a Blood Angels type aspect, I guess, to them. But but you do actually have like different types of Space Marines really that are coming back through. But it's not a separate group. But we'll get started with our game and we'll just sort of go through. That may be worth playing as a Space Marines, just to sort of play with those a little bit. Now I did turn everything else on. Hi, Kat. How you going? And just get in if I already. Yeah, I've already got it running. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go into a new game. I could keep it random, but if we have a look at the actual factions that we've got. So running through them all, like Adeptus Sororitas is the Sisters of Battle. Initial challenge is easy. This is always so. This is a good one to get if you are newish to the game. Adeptus Mechanicus is hard. This is actually one that is a difficult one to build up, but it's very, very rewarding to play as the as Adeptus Mechanicus. So it's got a sort of like they've all got unique ways of playing. Astra Militarum is part of the base game. Initial challenge is hard with these guys because you have to sort of build up your armed forces, and it does take a little bit of time for that one. Chaos Space Marines is medium, challenge at the start, so nothing much really in there that... like, I don't particularly enjoy playing as the Chaos Marines, so... Excuse me, hardly ever play them. I've got the hiccups. And the Eldari, the Elves, are very rarely play as these. These have got the big battle suits. The Drakari is new. This is a hard one to play at the start. This is actually, again, that's one that's fairly interesting the way that you've got to play it. You've got to hit and run. You've actually got to literally hit and do as much damage and then get away as fast as you can. So it's like a Dark Elf Raider type faction. The Necrons, part of the base game. These are great. These are really cool. This is such a good way to play the game if you're newish to the game. You can. It's very forgiving playing as the Necrons. The Orcs are also great if you set it up, and we did set up pretty well in the last game. So we sort of had everything running our way. We were losing units, but not we were doing a lot of damage on the way. Space Marines. So this is actually initial challenge is easy. These are a good one to start with as well if you're newish to the game, just simply because they have like only one city, so you're not trying to manage multiple cities. And then if you go into Adeptus Mechanicus, you're managing multiple cities with very, very specific tiles that you've then got to try to make things sort of work. So you can see there monolithic buildings, so increased output of buildings of the same type on a tile, decreased output of buildings on different types on a tile. So you need to, each tile around the city, you need to try to specialise when you're playing, which makes it quite challenging to play as the Adeptus Mechanicus, which is very, very, very cool. Tau, back and through here. So these have sort of got drones and things, and then the Tyranids is brute strength. It says initial challenge is hard, which it sort of is because they need to have leadership because of their hive mind, and so initially with the Tyranids you just build up without moving off too quickly. I wouldn't call it hard, to be honest. It's sort of one of these things where you just build up in a very small area and then just explode. And it's this is a faction that allows you to move very quickly across the map ultimately, which is really quite cool. So Sister Brian is saying the God Emperor has to hustle DLC. Fielding Titans isn't cheap. So Silver Serpent saying easy at start, hard at the end. And Warmer Burr saying, true, I think Daz has a good house rule for himself. He just quit once he feels like he's won. Yeah, no, look, I'm happy even with yesterday's stream. I'm thinking, look, really, there will be challenges up ahead of that one, but we will play with new content, so we'll sort of start again. And look, I also don't mind starting again because I think that the hardest thing for new players is what to do at the start. And unfortunately, most of the city building stuff that I did was during the Slytherin stream that I did. So so I'll probably end up playing this a few times, still more over the coming week. But I thought I'd play it again today. I've got about an hour and a bit left over today to play it. I've got another stream on Slytherin. Actually, I'm playing Distant Worlds 2 over there. So I'll be that's in 3 hours from. No, it's actually only 2 hours now from now that I start over there. So I just need to give myself a little bit of time. When I go to play Distant Worlds 2, just to give myself half an hour just to sort of rest, and then I'll be streaming back over there. So we've got about an hour and a half here, I guess. All right, let's go to random and just see what we end up with. And there's a few factions that I don't particularly enjoy, but we'll sort of see how we go. So I'll keep on playing on hard. This is the hard. The AI gets +10 loyalty and +1 unit level, which allows them to build their cities fairly easily. Actually, you've got this is different sorts. This is actually a DLC pack that I've got. So I've got the this is like we've got hard with these different settings. The first one is really what the what the game does give to the various various factions, etc. So medium is no advantage or disadvantage, but we'll go with the base one, which is +10 loyalty and +1 unit level. So I'll just go that way with my setup. This is again from a mod. In advanced, I now have the Onslaught DLC installed, so we'll just keep on going that way. And hi Thor and Hugh David as well. So saying I want aspects that are in Zephon and not in Gladius. Would you? Yes, I agree with you 100%. I would like to see that one as well. So quests I keep turned off, and I try to avoid duplicate random factions as well. But anyway, let's just get started. See what we end up with. And there's a few factions that I don't really enjoy playing. So if I end up with the Eldari or Tau, I'll probably sort of start again. And I don't know why. I just don't warm to them. I mean, they're okay. Oh, we're back being the orcs again. All right, we'll do. I'm happy with that. Actually, we can't do the orcs again, can we? Anyway, let's. So we're back here again. God, did we do the orcs again? I don't know if I should do the orcs again. I think we'll have to do it again. Let's just go and leave the game. So we'll just go back up and exit the main menu. Simply because I'm thinking that that's too much. If we get orcs again in this third one, then it's the God Emperor telling me that you are playing as the orcs. You reduce silver saying I found the tower the most interactive and complex. It's one of the most favourite ones. It's just I don't particularly tend to like it.
Gladius Prime was a bastion of humanity, newly colonized. A suitable base for our chapter to rebuild and recruit. We Space Marines raised our fortress here.
So standard old Space Marines. This is probably a good one to play, actually.
But the Orc invasion brought on.
Anyway, let's get into it. So with the Space Marines, we need to our first city is actually. So we play quite differently playing as a Space Marine. So we when we come in, we've got very, very strong base units. These tactical Space Marines are very strong with their armour. So they've got 8 armour in through here. Only 15 hit points, but the armour is very, very good. And they come in with bolt guns. So the 1 armour penetration. These have got range 2. Rapid fire means that they double. The attacks double at half range. So if they can move in close to something, they're going to do fairly well. Now, we have, when you play as the Space Marines, this is one of the good ones to learn the game with, for the simple reason that you've got very limited resources that you have to try to manage. The first one is requisitions, so you're used to sustain a population in the city, construct buildings as well as produce and maintain units. That's all we really need. We don't need food, we don't need ore. It all just comes through. So food and ore are essentially abstracted into requisitions. Then we've got energy, which we're going to be needing as well, and then also influence. Now, the thing I like to do, if I just go through the steps that I tend to go through if I'm playing a faction, like where I'm not either used to it or haven't played it for a little while, I always just go to the compendium. Now, I am using a mod that does flesh out the compendium a little bit more, but won't really affect us in through here. It's the units we want to see, but instead of going to units and going to Space Marines and then trying to figure out what actual units we need to be looking at. And you see there's a hell of a lot of them in through here that we've actually got access to playing as the Space Marines, particularly with all the different DLCs installed. But if we go across to the buildings, you then get a good summary. So if we go to Space Marines in through here, and we're just looking for the For the various buildings that are going to give us infantry, not so much heroes, but the infantry and the aircraft. So launch pads, for example, they give us produce Storm Talon gunships back and through this other side, and also Storm Raven gunships back and through there. And we can see there that the upkeep for these is fairly high in energy. So so when we end up getting these, we're going to be needing to get energy to get the. What's this one? Reclusium. This is going to be where we end up getting our heroes, which will mainly be a function of requisitions and influence. As Christopher is saying, with the DLC of December 2024, you get additional very strong new units for the Space Marines. Yeah, the Primaris units. We'll have a look at those as well. The Refractory. This one doesn't give us anything. It's just building requisitions. Did launch pads. The Great Hall is... yeah, nothing else in through there. There's not going to be any other units. I'm just having looking for the list of units. Dormitories won't be it. Company Chapel, nothing. That's just for loyalty. Armory. Yeah, this is a building that produces ground vehicles. So these are all the different vehicles we have that we can actually then go and grab. And we'll see this through there, just requisitions. And as we sort of start to come back through, we'll go to the back end. Just requisitions for these, and also for the build. You can see there it's just requisitions. Some of them, like this one here, the Storm Speeder Thunderstrike, has got like it requires a little bit of energy just to build it. But most of the stuff is going to be requisitions. So getting requisitions for the building of the vehicles will be important. And this one here is the various infantry that we have. And again, these are just going to be pretty much just requisitions all the way through, I would think. Yeah, so it's really just requisitions until we start to get flying units. So getting lots and lots of requisitions is going to be vitally important playing as the Space Marines. So we need to make sure that we find the best spot for that. If we go and press Control Z or Control Z, we can then sort of start to see where we're going to get the most requisitions from. And you can see there we've got 40, 40, 30 back in through here, 40 back over here, nothing out this other side, which is okay. When we sort of start, I'm thinking that really any of these positions in around here are pretty good. So there's energy back out there. We're not seeing any energy back in through this other side, in through here. This is all volcanic land. I'm thinking that one there I'm sort of half interested in, but I'm also thinking ultimately I'd be able to get these in the long term and still spread out. We've got a few 3s in through there which we can build extra things on top of. And we've got a range of 3s over this side. Okay, so that's just knowing that that's sort of what the lay of the land is. Let's go and move. Now, normally you don't want to be moving your forces away individually, but with the Space Marines, they are very strong. So I'm going to move one up to here. So we'll move that one up, and we then sort of get to see that there's more desert back out this way, which will be more energy. This one will give us more influence. We only have the one city, remember. So getting the right location for our city is quite important. That's not really going to help us much. We've got a little bit more over here, and I just want to see if what this one brings. And that just expands further out into more growth areas. I'm liking this location here, to be honest. Unfortunately, there's no research anywhere, and that would have been very, very useful. So we don't have any extra research. Okay, because we also don't want to be wasting time. So the things we actually have, we have different operations and tactics. We have like deploy cities and deploy these fortresses of redemption. We really want to be bringing down a fortress of redemption every time we can do it. And there's a 10-turn cooldown. So we do want that this turn. So let's go and bring in the deploy city into, it's saying into this location or that location is what it's suggesting. But yeah, actually maybe this one here, actually that one there gets me into the 3 fairly quickly. Yeah, I think I might go that way, actually. That one there, I stay too close up into here. whereas these do allow me to expand out. And the first city is going to give me a big boost to pretty much everything we can get. So getting 40% requisitions is actually good. So we'll build our first city there. This is Vulcan's Forge has come in. And so from this point forward, we now need to sort of give it things to build. And so when we have a look at this one, it comes in, there was only 2 building slots there because of the rocks that were there. So when we have like a location with rocks, we'll see that there's only 2 build slots, 2 build slots, 2 build slots, but then it opens up to 3 build slots in this little area back in through here. So now to get, I'll probably want to actually end up sort of saving that one for lots and lots of requisitions, or we can go that way ultimately to build different buildings for those. Like we've got this one here, the refractory, which will then give me 6 requisitions from that particular slot. I don't want to build them initially. What I want to be building initially is the apothecarian, which is actually the one that produces infantry. So we're going to be wanting to get that one fairly early, plus the librarian, which is to get the different research. So rather than wasting this one here with the 40 requisitions, I will actually go and grab one of these potentially. Got 10% requisitions. This one just gives me extra research, and then that's just going to be research. So I could actually just go and build those in one of these locations where I don't really get any bonus from these. So I think we'll just go and expand down this way initially. There is wireweed down that way. We'll go this way. So that's the first thing we'll do with our actual city. Just go back to ordering the units. Now this one does get to fire on this webway gate, and we do actually have chaos cultists in here. I'm going to not fire because we may need to have the reaction shots of this particular unit. We also have the Jakero Trader encampment. This is like where we do get to use the Fortress of Redemption. So fortification that automatically gathers resources from adjacent special resource features. So I can pretty much build these any old place that I like, but if I build them in here, they then help with what we get from in this other side. So let's go and build a Fortress of Redemption right here. And that's then going to capture what we have in through this other side. They're attacking us. These are neophyte hybrids. And so so we've now got the fortress. And not that we can do anything with it, but it just has captured this, and there's no one that can take that until that's been destroyed. No, we can't do anything there. So when we bring that one in, it's just got to stay there for one turn. What we'll do is we'll bring the other guys back now to help with that one. Although I'm interested to see, like the landmass seems to sort of go up and then stop. Actually, no, it does continue on. So we'll just sort of keep all those things going. Now with the other units we've got, order the units. I'm just going to skip that turn, choosing research. So what we need to do is, I've set the game up that we need to get 3. By default it's 2, but I've got 3, just to sort of slow things down. So we don't have the problem of trying to expand. And so with our expansion, we do actually have certain things that we want to get fairly quickly. Like, for example, the company chapel for loyalty. We're definitely going to be wanting to get the fortress expansion back in through here. We're going to be wanting to get the dormitories as well. So these are things we have to try to get fairly early. But initially, we're just going to sort of make use of trying to get like better units. So the scouts are going to give us, this is an infantry unit specialised in reconnaissance and infiltration. This is actually, I think, comes from one of the DLC packs. A Reclusium, building that produces heroes as well as generates influence and increases loyalty. That's something that would be useful. Tactical Doctrine, Chapter Tactic that increases the accuracy of Tactical Space Marines by 2 for 10 turns. I won't worry about that one so much just yet. Razorback, we require an armory for that one. This is a transport unit, we will come back for it. The Frag Grenade, these are very useful initially, and then the armory. This produces ground vehicles. So there's a lot of good stuff in Tier 1 that we do need. The armory is valuable, but we're going to ultimately start off with just tactical Space Marines. So we'll go the Frag Grenade. We'll end our turn. Okay, so Guy Bellaby's saying, why starting again? What happened in the previous stream? Well, we sort of got to a position where really I don't think I could lose, and we did that. We got there fairly fast. So yeah, well, I didn't think we needed to bother with it anymore. And the other thing with that was that we've got the new DLC pack, so we've sort of got like more toys to play with in this particular one. In fact, I don't even know what the what we end up getting with this. Let's have a quick look and see. Actually, I may, yeah, no, I'll do it from here. I'll just do Steam. What are we looking for with the new edition? So we've got the new Onslaught pack installed. So that gives us Necrons, Eldiri. Actually, we don't get anything with the playing as the Space Marines, because I guess the previous one was all about what their stuff is. Used to we start again? I mean, it's only like this, oh, gosh, I don't know whether to start again. Well, look, we've only been playing this for 10 minutes. Maybe we do play again, because they've got different. Each of the factions, except for Space Marines, have got like a different unit. Yeah, I'm glad we looked at that. Yeah, we might play something different, I think. Let me know in chat if you prefer me to just start again. I'll be coming back and playing this a fair bit over the course of this week. Any excuse? So the thing is, what we do actually have is when we have a look at the research, we do actually have a whole lot of new things that came in, like all the Primaris units came in through the previous DLC. So these are all new from the previous DLC. So maybe we also, I'd say Tau didn't also get anything either. Okay, so Silver Serpent. All right, let's go and start again. Let's just go and start again, because each faction you play is really quite different. So we'll just go into new game. Just keep it random.
For eons, we waited for new life to cover our world.
Perfect. The Necrons. Okay. Necrons again play quite uniquely with what they do. They don't eat food, so they only have ore is all that they really care about. Ore and energy is really what we're going to be playing with. These are one of the base game. This is interesting. We've actually 3 times now we've actually been rolling base game units, and the Necrons are a really good unit to learn the game in as well. Like these are quite forgiving and in the way that they play, because they actually regenerate. So these are essentially the just different robots that we then actually have available. They're not as strong as the Space Marines, the actual individual guys. These have still got 6 armor, 15 hit points. They use the Gauze Flare in through here, range 2, and it does have rapid fire again. So very similar with the double attacks at half range with their Gauze Flare base of what they get to do. This is a Canoptech Spider, which is how we then go and create our cities. So we don't have the Fortress of Redemption or anything like this. We're starting right next to an ore field, which is actually awesome for us. There's lots of ore in around here. This is a very good start for us. We're down in the south. So what we end up getting through here is, what was the new one that we ended up getting? So the Necrons, the Canoptech Reanimator. Support worker that regenerates friendly Necron units like its Canoptech's peers. The looming Reanimator's core role is not destruction, but maintenance of a Necron tomb world. Its permit is to repair damage caused during combat, which it does via streams of nanoscarabs rebuilding nearby Necrons while they still stand. So that's going to give us even more of the more power to sort of then go and do different things with the Necrons. Let's have a quick look and see where that actually is. So that was the Reanimator. If we go into research, actually I've got to build the city first. So with this city, now we do actually have like a bit of a limit with where we can open this one up. There's a 3 over there. Now this all gives us, if I just go Control Z again, and just have a bit of a look, there's a 40-20 there. 40-20 is actually good. I think I like that position there, you know, like there's 40-20 right here as well. Right where we are, but oh sorry, we have to build them on these Necron tombs. I don't get a choice, so this is where we have to build. This is going to sort of limit us a little bit with the water. We're not going to be able to build down that way. Don't know why that's a 0. Oh, it's got wireweed in it. That's why. All right, well, let's go and start here. In that case, we've really got no choice. So Control Z, we'll just go and choose this guy and build the city right here. So I can't build anywhere else. They have to be built on top of Necron tombs. Okay, so that one's now been done. So we've now got this particular one. We've got the Slave Masturbar and the Royal Court. The Royal Court is now bringing in lots and lots of ore, lots of energy. So everything we build is just going to be using ore or energy, really. So the whole lot. Now, moving off into different directions, we do actually have some 3s there. Some 3s way over there. So that's a little bit too far away. There's a 3 there as well. So we've got 4 slots until we have to get the expansion of the city. Let's go into... let's do this one here, 2020. Now, we're not going to be able to... actually, we've got a 3 there. Actually, the 3, that one there with 3 is probably a better way for us to go. Oh, that one's 3 as well. I could have gone either way. Either direction won't really matter that much. Order units. Now again, we don't want to be separating these. Now there is actually the wireweed here is going to slow units down as they sort of start to come back down to this other side. There's a webway gate there, which you know, won't really be of any real drama to us one way or another. I just want to start to expand a little bit around the place, and we do want to get the 3 cities, the 3 closest cities, up and running. So we need to find new tombs. So let's go and move these up and just start to scout a little bit. And again, I need to try to keep these together. Together-ish. Let's just move them up, just so they can support each other as they move off. Choosing research. So we do have the Canoptech workers. There it is. It's on tier 2. Support worker that regenerates friendly Necron units. So that will just give us more health over time. In this case, we've got Trusted Slaves, so increases the ore output of alchemic quarries. We will be wanting that one. The Royal Pyramid produces heroes as well as generates influence and increases loyalty. That's going to be useful. This one here produces ground vehicles as well as generates energy and increases loyalty. That's also going to be very useful for us. The Flayed ones are close combat infantry that ignores enemy overwatch. The Dimensional Corridor grants infantry the ability to teleport to cities and monoliths. Don't need that one just yet. And then the Core Refinements increases the production output of summoning cores by 17%. I think we'll go the Hippo-style temple initially. As I said, I did set this one up to have to get 3 before we move on. By default, it's 2. Just end our turn, so we're getting a little bit more energy, a little bit more ore back in through this other side. Waiting for the other AIs to have their turns. Skip units. So we've got this these units. We'll start to just move up into the into this zone, and there's another Necron tomb up there. Again, it's very contained, which is not good. There's lots of water around this. I think we'll wander off this way and see if we can find another tomb this way, or once we get rid of this, we could then sort of go and have a look to see what else there is. We'll end our turn there. Oh, here we go. Let's put sting wings. I want to kill these sorts of things off. Oh, there's more of them. Now this is where we're going to have to be a little bit careful. So we've taken a bit of damage. We have to try to protect our units as much as possible. So rather than go into there, which would then give me the ability to hit this one from the rear, you can see I didn't do much damage. We did actually get a little bit of healing back. We do actually have the reanimation protocols. We get 2 hit points per turn. We are in the ruins, which does make it a little bit... Like we can sort of hold on here a little bit longer. I'm sort of tempted to come back in. Yeah, I'll do it in this case. And we'll just do what damage we can. So what we're trying to do is destroy them. You can see we're not doing too much damage. Like our Gauze Flayers, they're also in the ruins. This one's not, but we can double up against this one here. We've already done some damage, so I'll just keep on working it. So our actual combat in through here, we do 2.3 with this particular unit. The unit that we've got there is down to 12 hit points. This will then reduce a fair bit more when they do their next attack. Just go back to our city. So we've now got this one through here. The first thing we really want to be getting is research. So we just start that way. It's pretty much of a bit of a no-brainer getting that one up and running as quickly as you can. We just exit the city. So our goal here will be to build 3 cities within about 40 turns. 35 to 40 turns will be to get all 3 cities. We'll just end our turn here. It's gone off for healing. And again, I can sort of... This one here is just in the Arctic River. There's nothing else with what it's doing. Like if I go and start to attack this one here, we do 2.3. And you can see there we've got a little bit of our health back again. Let's now move in. This one is also ruins. These can fly, so they can escape easily. Let's just keep on scouting though. So do 2.9 with this one. One of the great things with these, once you get a bit of an army, you can bounce them back to a short distance. They heal up very, very quickly and then bounce them back in again. We do enough so that this ends up running away. Yeah, that'll be useful. We'll just end our turn again. Again, we're taking damage. We lost 2.2, but we get 2 back.
Hypo-style temples may now be constructed.
Great. This one gives us 2 energy and 1 loyalty to get these temples. So we're sort of maintaining what we've got here. That will be going off to try to heal. That will now have to run. Choose research. So we've got that one. The Royal Pyramid to get the heroes. I think I'll grab that as well now. The one's healing up a little bit. It ran, but I didn't see where it ran to. Oh no, it's still there. Stayed in the fight, and you can see that we're actually now getting we're back up to 13, but it's no longer doing as much damage as what it was doing. It's down to just a single unit, so we'll now kill this one off, and then get the experience with these guys. All right, order cities. So we've now got the Royal Court there. So we can now go and grab the next thing we really want to get is either the building that produces ground vehicles, or the one that produces the summoning core, which produces infantry. So infantry is probably where we want to start. And we also get extra research there, so I'll go and throw that one in with that. It's going to take 8 turns to grab that one. We'll exit the city and end our turn there. So this one is healing up. We can now go after it. And because we get the +2 health coming back into our unit, I don't have to sit back and heal this one up. Like, it's already nearly up to full strength. In fact, it is up to full strength. Let's move that one up. We'll just move this one out. It's going to keep on running. Okay, so it moved to... Oh, here we go. Got Sinunen. These tend not to attack unless you attack them. Alright, so we've got the Royal Pyramid. Research. Now, I don't really want to be addressing these, so I'm going to go, and we're still looking for where we can sort of go and build our next lot of cities. So we'll grab this. Got 23 ore from that particular one. And we'll start to now move off in this direction. Looking for the next city site. So we need one more from here. The flayed ones, close combat infantry that ignores enemy overwatch. These do allow us to sort of move in behind units fairly well. But the dimensional corridor, that one eventually we'll be wanting to go and get. The core refinements. Yeah, this one allows us to get infantry a bit faster. Ooh, we're going to be needing this. I know we're going to be needing it. So it's really more now just thinking about the future. Do we get more flayed ones? Do we get more, ore? I might go to the flayed ones. And turn there.
An unwelcome addition, but effective all the same.
Sound like the robot from Endor. Okay, we're just trying to explore a little bit to see where the next city might be. Choosing research. Okay, so now we can go to this next one across to here. So shelters are going to allow us to get our population limit up a little bit. The nebula scope allows tomb blades to ignore range damage reduction, which I'm not going to worry about. The immortals and medium range armored infantry unit, these are great as well. The Cryptech is a hero unit with powerful support abilities. Can protect workers. We have the Reanimator, which I won't get just yet. This one increases the output of hyperstyle temples. Death Marks sniper unit that teleports to reach its target. Yeah, that's actually not a bad one. The Immortals are very good though. Shelters are what we're going to be needing though. So let's just get what we need. So we need to get the shelters. And then in tier 3, we'll end up being able to get the new cities. These are near-fight hybrids, they'll attack back. So they've applied Shrouded to themselves, so that's one of the abilities that they've got. And you can see they're only 1.2 damage, which isn't enough for that to do any damage. They've got a auto gun, and this also has rapid fire, doubles attacks at half range. The abilities that they've got is that they've got the Cult Ambush, so increase the accuracy of Overwatch attacks, and Shrouded, so increases range damage reduction. So they can actually take less damage by being Shrouded. It's an ability that they have with a 2-turn cooldown. All right, so we'll now move these back into move through the forest, which is slowing us right down. I'm going to close the gap, claim that as well, which gives us a little bit of influence and a little bit of ore. We did big damage there, so they'll now have to run. Okay, so we need our turn there. They didn't make it very far. Now we want to be within 3 to finish off units, so if we finish off that one, it's 1, 2, 3. I can't really get that back there in time, unfortunately. But yeah, look, I'll leave it where that is. I'll just leave that one. It's rather than actually attack this just yet, we'll just go and skip, just so we can try to get the experience coming into both. Okay, so this city, we've still got a third one. I can now start to, with the summoning core, I can start to bring in more units. Now these have got the same upkeep. So these are, again, if you're trying to sort of figure out what they actually do. Flayed ones, yeah, close combat. I might grab one of these for now. And these are sort of like a, I've got like a melee attack. And the city itself, to build what else we need. Now we've got the Royal Pyramid. that will generate heroes. The heroes aren't fantastic for these guys, but they're not bad. But many of I think the Hypostyle Temple. Yeah, we get energy and loyalty from either one of these. Yeah, might grab the hero, I think. So they're going to heal up, or they run off even further. So we'll keep on chasing them down.
Shelters may now be constructed.
Okay, that's going to improve our city limits. So the cities that we've only got 2 of 6 at this stage. If you have a choice, there's another tomb down there. If you do have a choice, make sure that you end up on a river. If it's going to be the same limit. So in this case, I mean, both of these are for river hexes. I'll go to this one here, just because I can't get past the wireweed. I can, but it's just going to slow me down. Choose new research. So back into here, I'm thinking we go with the Immortals. End our turn. Keep skipping on running to the south. Keep on chasing it with our units. Now I do want to see what this is down this way. They're in the ruins, I think. This looks good. This looks very good for a second city. So that's where we'll end up going. Again, I've got the choice of going on the rivers and things. I'll go this way. Okay, I've got some Crude Hounds down the bottom there. Just try to keep these with supporting each other.
Stand ready to crush any and all resistance.
So they're using the Tesla carbines, range 2. So yeah, it's fairly strong. Well, let's just go and claim these areas. See much else down the bottom there. Okay, one more here. So the death marks, the sniper would be fairly useful. And then we come across to the Count-Tech spiders is what we're trying to get to. The Destroyer Lord is also one that we do want to get from the Royal Pyramid. So this is actually, there's a lot of really good stuff on tier 3. Can't load that one in. It's nice not having to worry about the food, but we do have to make sure that we get lots and lots of ore. Like heaps of it. There's still a little bit of exploration down the south here that we can do. I think rather than going up this way, that would make sense to have another city back out through here, but let's just keep on exploring just to see if there's any other city locations in the south this way. Crude Hounds don't trigger Overwatch, so I might as well start to attack these. One more turn and we get a flayed one. Now we can grab ourselves the Lord unit. So we can grab one of those. I'll grab one of those now. And that's now full. I can only really build in around these other locations. So let's go and build another... what else do we need? We need to get the one that does the Hypostyle Temple. This one's energy and loyalty. Which means I don't need to be really anywhere. In fact, none of these really are going to matter that much. I'll just go to here. They've all got the same sort of benefits. Okay, we'll exit the city. End our turn. Yeah, they've taken that one back again. So they've healed back up and have come back in for to be annoying. So we'll sort of move off. Yes, and Matthew Logan saying the base game is free on Steam. Yes, for this week, for Skulls Week. I should wear the Skulls hat while we're doing while we're playing Skulls games. I will just try to wear it inside. It's funny, I used to get told off for doing that when I was a kid. Flayer Claws. Okay, so this one here has just got literally melee. Does 2 damage, and these have got 6 armor, 15 hit points. These are sort of like they're almost like insane. These Flayer units, they're a bit sort of crazy. We might move it up and get ourselves another one as well, just to sort of take the top section. Let's just go that way. Don't know where those other ones got to. There they are. They ran that side. And I do want to just keep on sort of scouting around to see what's what, but I don't want to disappear. That's the edge of the map. We're seeing the edge there the whole way. The exploration here is more important than expansion. I don't really want to be triggering next door neighbours or anything with what we're doing. It's really trying to find future locations. Let's go and get ourselves an Immortals group. 6 turns for that. Exit City. Getting the growth going is going to be fairly important as well. Like we're actually under, like we've got too many buildings for what we're doing.
Once you are marked, there is no...
Okay, order units. Normally you wouldn't do this, but we know that there's nothing much up this way other than Sinunan, so I'm going to be okay. There's not much down this way either. Kill this webway gate while we're here. Now in this other location, I'm probably going to set this one up to output infantry ultimately, but we're running out of what are we running out of here? Not enough resources. This one requires energy and we don't actually have the energy, so let's go to ourselves an energy core. It costs us energy to build buildings. So we now are over this way. The Canoptek spiders is what we need to now rush to get the new cities. So we'll exit the city and end our turn here. Actually, what are they made from? They've got to also build whatever building that they require. If that comes out of a vehicle location, then that's going to be something that I need to build that as well. So I've screwed up my progression a little bit with this. Tenru, how are you going? Okay, one's that down. Order units. There. Before we head off, let's see what which one of where we actually can build these, and I think I've screwed up my build order. Like I'm trying to build as with the most economy that I possibly can. So if I go into the compendium again and just go back into buildings. Yep, so it's not there. It's not there either, actually. That's actually good. Goodish. Where is it? Where do we get them from? Yep, there's no Canoptech spiders there. The armory. There's no spiders there either. Where do they come from? Won't be these, I don't think. I'm not sure how we get them. Let's go down to units and Necrons. I'm not sure where they're built. I can't remember. So Bjorf is saying, did Dwarf Fortress Friday change? Oh, I forgot about it. I forgot to do it. I actually forgot about it. Sorry guys. I'll have to catch up with that one over the week. I completely forgot. I sort of woke up in it's Skulls week, and I thought, oh look, I'll just keep on playing Skulls game all week. No, I did mean to honour those particular ones. I'm only here for a short period of time anyway today. So, God, where do we get these from? So, yeah, so anyway, I've completely forgot about the Fortress Friday for Dwarf Fortress. I'll just stay where I am there for now. There's another location there. We have to get rid of that webway gate to be able to build the city there that's on top of one of the other Necron tombs. Well, that sort of that one may be okay for us. It's not fantastic. We do get a 40% back in through there. There's none that are great with energy. We don't actually have any deserts. Okay, we'll find out what we can do with these Canoptech spiders this turn.
With our awakening complete, the spiders may now join us on the battlefield.
Yeah, though essentially an automated drone, the Canoptech spider is nonetheless a formidable foe. How do we get it? So that's actually really damaged them. So we don't trigger Overwatch or anything like this. So they actually came in next to us, but yeah, when they run, we're going to be able to chase them down. Ooh. Cybernetic Data Smith. That means that there's going to be some robots out here as well that we'll have to contend with, and that's going to be a little bit difficult for us initially. So I think this location is our first go-to. There it is, summoning core. It is part of the part of our standard area, so we definitely want to get this one. Just queue that one up. Now we can rush the current one. I think I'll do that. Actually, no, I can't do it. Okay, we're now 4 of 6, and we've now sort of got enough in through here. Choose research. We're going to definitely be needing the Baroque shrines just to increase our loyalty. And we'll end our turn there. Oh, was I looking at Space Marines? You're kidding, was I? You're kidding. Did I go down to there? Yeah, you think you're right. I think you're right. I didn't even notice. I was just looking for that one shape. And of course, that should then be in the summoning core. And there it is. Oh my god. My excuse is... oh god, that's not good. Yeah, my excuse is that I woke up only a little while ago. That's not an excuse. I got no excuse, guys. That was just poor form on my part. We'll end our turn here. So it's turn 20, and we're going to be basically getting our. We're going to be able to then go and grab a city by about turn 30. We're going to have a Lord unit as well. I think we'll move these off. Look, our first city is going to be over here, where we can expand really quite nicely.
Gladius will be yours, Overlord.
Send the Immortals up with these guys. I didn't see where this other one got to. Let's just take a punt that it's over here somewhere. There it is. A bit too far away for us though. Okay, order units. These ones have to start to level up. Got the Void Strike, so +6 attacks. Defensive protocols. Increase the armor of the Lord and allied Necrons in range. +2 armor is actually fairly good. Now Dynasty increases the population limit of cities, +2 population limit. I'm going to grab that one straight away, just to give myself a little bit of extra of a boost to the cities themselves. We've produced a lot of things in through here. I don't want to trigger those. There's nothing much else down below. We will need to deal with this, but not just yet. And for that, we're going to need armor piercing. So 5 turns until we get the Canoptech Spider. I can actually rush this, Rapid Rise, for 84. The faster we get our cities, the better. I'm going to go and do that. So we get that in 1 turn. Put that one back to sleep. So we're getting energy. Ore is also something we're going to be needing to get hold of. I can't afford to get these yet until we get more energy. Do we grab a second one of these? These we're going to have to get as well. Look, we will need these. I'll throw another one in. Oh, here we go. Now we have to start to extract. Yep, This is going to be a bit tricky, actually, getting out of here. So I can get to there. If I get to there, I trigger this guy. And I don't want that happening. It does a fair bit of damage. Range 2. So I'm just going to hit from here. Just put the pressure on to try to get them to run. Now we're down to, we've got 9 points. That hopefully will be enough unless this guy gets involved. Counter-attack spider. These can actually clear wireweed, and I do need to do this. I need to sort of clear it here, really, like right where I am. But I also need to then start to move it across the other side. Let's just do it here for now. That will then allow me to move back through the forest. That will then open up this area to for normal troops. Order units. Again, if I've got the choice of these two, I'll go to the river.
What is your command?
There's wireweed in through there.
Gladius will be yours, Overlord.
We don't trigger Overwatch. I'll just do this destruction where I can. This one doesn't really give me much. There's not much expansion there, so that one's not really viable for another city. Okay, building these. I'm going to need another one. 23, I can just get one. To found a city cost me 30. Yeah, so I'll be... Do I want to do that? I think I will. They have attacked us.
Baroque shrines may now be constructed.
Okay, that's good. Let's get back out of here. Just let them sort of come back through, and we'll join up with everyone else. So we need 30. We're getting 17 per turn. Let's move across now. We want to clear out some of this as well on the way through.
What is your command? Gladius will be yours, Overlord. Awaiting orders. Advancing.
Got the voice acting's good in this. I can't attack these because these are all flying, and this is actually only a melee unit. So I'll just bring it back. The Destroyer Lord, hero unit with exceptional close combat capabilities. But what we probably want to get through here increases the healing of living metal to +4 per turn. That's very, very powerful. So the living metal is what we have. That's going to dramatically help us. I'll go that way now. We will be wanting to come through and clear this, but we'll need an army for that. So with these, I can either just sit back and wait until we get healed up, but I also have these Necrodermis repair, but it's going to cost me 45, and I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to sit back until we heal up. Now, this is Fearless, Monstrous Creature, Move Through Cover, negates the movement penalty in forest, etc. Living Metal. Relentless, but it's not actually. It will get stuck in the wireweed, like it would tell us if there was if that wasn't the case. So let's just go through and get ourselves a one of these out of here. And ultimately, we're going to be needing to get more of them, but we'll have a few. We'll have another one of these just as a support unit, just to sort of help everything we're doing. Now the Immortals, when we always look at the traits, so it increases the attacks by 50%. So these can actually just sort of run and gun. We don't need to worry too much about them. They do a bit of damage, got good accuracy. This one here, range 2 as well. Also Tesla. Oops, hang on, wrong one. So it doesn't matter about how close we are. Whoops. Oh, I had the wrong one selected. Yeah, these are just melee. We've got a range 1 there with a Staff of Light. I'll leave that one off for now. Hi Joker, how you going? So where can I get that hat? I don't know actually. It was sent to me by Games Workshop. I got an incredible little pack actually. When I play, I'll show you some of the stuff during the week. But yeah, little figurines and all sorts of stuff. It was pretty cool. But this was the last year I got a T-shirt, and which doesn't quite fit me. It was a little bit too small. But this year I got a hat, which is very, very useful. So no, it's good. It's a good one. Order units. Now this one's not going to really be able to do much. I'll just move it in front of the others, and really can't do anything. So ordering cities. Still trying to build this up to be able to build some of these. Let's just go and get more of these locations. If I get that one, I get an extra 20% production on ore, and that will be important. And coming after the one that can do the most damage. Which won't really be enough for it. I can't get through here. So just leave that one where that is. Got to completely avoid that. Just skip the turn. I don't know if I want to. I will definitely be wanting to come back out that way, because I don't want this location. I don't think I lose too much for the city to move up to there. There's nothing else really viable. So I think this has to be where we end up building the next one. Thanks for the subscription there, Joker. Very, very much appreciated. Okay, let's move across. Now we cannot quite build it. Should I do have enough there? Now we can do it. So we get our next city here. Okay, and in this location we'll just start to again build. Now we do actually have influence in around these, which is actually good. And research as well. Second city up and running. This is good. Now our we're going to find that. Yeah, that's good. When we get the next, so if we go to living metal, this is +2. That's reanimation protocols. Not sure where the other one is. Nothing else up this way. It does seem to extend all the way through. Next spider unit. Now, if we come back down into here, it's going to get a little bit trickier. Our third city. We're going to be getting this third one very, very quickly. Okay, order units. Still not quite healed up. Death marks. What we need to do is we need to find something that's going to have good anti-armor attacks. We're going to need that against the robots, and once we get this city established, it's going to be attacked by the robots, I would think. Hi Beacon, how you going? So the new DLC's units a game changer? Not really. No, it just adds more to it, more content. Really, is all it does. So I would still say that the actual factions are by far the more important. So we're building this one. We're still trying to get on top here. We're getting a lot of energy now, so this will be good. The ore we need to start to move forward with. So with this city, let's have a look at the different types that we actually have through here. So we'll just go back to the compendium, and in this case we'll look. We can do it from here with the Necrons, as long as the Necrons are the ones that we've got opening. The summoning core. So actually that's not going to be enough. We'll go down to the units. Necrons, and there's a lot for us to look at. The death marks, and we're looking for armor penetration. Armor penetration here is only 1, so that's not really going to help us. The Destroyer Lord, that will be coming. Armor penetration 8. So once we get one of these, that's going to be very helpful against those robots. Doomsday Arc, yeah, the flayed ones. A penetration of only 1 there, so it's not going to really help us. Heavy destroyers, once we can start to get these in as well, that's going to have very, very good armor penetration, so that's something we do want to start to aim for. The Immortals are ones that we do actually have. These have got armor penetration of 0, so they're not great against those. Necron Warriors, our base warriors, armor penetration of only 1. And Tomb Blades, we'll be able to get them relatively early. They've only got an armor penetration of 2, so they're not really going to be all that helpful. So I'm thinking that once we can get the heavy destroyers, that's going to be probably the thing that we're really going to be needing. What else was there? There was one other one as well. The Lord. Yeah, we looked at the Lord, didn't we? Actually, that's not terrible. Armor penetration of 4 and 3. But I think heavy destroyers are probably what we're going to have to sort of aim for a little bit, just to take those other things out. So it doesn't really matter what we do through here. I might just grab a death mark. Annihilation Barge. This is an anti-infantry vehicle. Destroyer Lord. Actually, we've got this one over here now. There's our heavy destroyers. This one increases the tile acquisition. I'm going to go that way first because we need to focus on our cities. And when we get the third city, we're going to really be suffering a lot with loyalty. So we have to get right on top of that. Now, can't chase that one down. That's probably the one that we chased off. Initially, we've lost this now as well. $46 here, so we'll have enough to build another city. This is now going to be 60. So yeah, we'll have enough just next turn. If I move to there, this is the wire weed in here. I don't think I'll worry about clearing that wire weed. Data Smith, we're going to have to focus a little bit more heavily down in this way just to clear out what's happening up this way. More units. Get rid of those. Now, if we go and get another one of these useful areas, yeah, I do want to go out and get more from back out this way. But if I use this now for building some of these other buildings, it's going to impact me negatively. Cost here is 37.5. So I think I'm going to just delay a little bit until we can sort of get more. And similarly in here, like our loyalty is right on 0 at this point in time. These ones do cost 22. Again, it's going to delay me from getting another building. Let's just get things ready. Alright, that's interesting. So they're fighting some other faction. Now that's going to be, whatever that faction is going to be suffering here a little bit. Wow, that was actually pretty strong. Who knows what it is? Put me Space Marines or something like that. I won't really go out of my way to see what's going on, but the units there should be attacking those. Who's that? Not sure if that's Space Marines or not. Now loyalty is a massive, massive issue for us. Just going to get one of those to start with. So we have to start to sort of now just wait until we got enough energy to start to get loyalty buildings in all of these different cities. So that's as much as we want in cities. We're before turn 30, and we've got the 3 cities now established. I'm just going to stay where that one is.
What is your command?
And really, we probably should now come back. Just get everyone involved in tackling this one. Bring the armies together. A tower, okay. There we go, that's good. Alright, so we're going to, we do definitely need to bring armies down into this other side. We're making good energy back up through here. I'm just going to go and focus on the cities that are important. This one's losing a lot of loyalty. So I'm going to go and grab a loyalty building in here. And position it in here.
Yes, Overlord.
And these have to start to come back. Now they're in the process of fighting off the robots, and I'm thinking I'm just going to let them do it. We've got a devilfish there, which is a cargo ship, and a piranha there, which is an attack ship. Does a lot of armor penetration. These are ideal for taking out those robots. Just leave them where we are. Water cities, back over this way as well. Can't afford to do anything else really other than just expand.
Excavation operations have been expanded.
Great. That's good. Units. Before we do that, we're back up to 43. So let's now go back to, well, actually, which city is now expanded? This one here. Just keep on trying to get on top of the loyalty with each of the locations.
Instruct me as you wish, Overlord.
Bring these forward. Just keep them skipped. Heavy destroyers. Now we're definitely going to be needing these. They're still operating very, very solidly. So we have to be very careful of these robots. Much happier to just let them do their thing. So I cleared out that wire weed just so we could move through.
Yes, Overlord. A simple task.
Move them through. Get loyalty here. Oh, damn it. Doing a bit of damage, but not a hell of a lot. But we just really can't contend with these. What have you done there? This one still has an action. 4 attacks, does a lot of damage. It's range 2. Gor's Flare. I'm not sure why we can't target that one. Bring the Immortals in. We're going to need all of these down in here. We may have to get rid of this forest to allow faster movement. Okay, they've just dropped some drones. That's good.
The insanity of the
Here we go.
destroyer's blade.
Here we go. As we get our loyalty up, we'll start to get more resources as well.
What is your command?
Can't do anything there just yet. We'll heal that one up. We need to get a lot more influence as well, so we'll have to start to plan for those.
Silent watchers. Pursuing.
Yeah, heavy destroyers. One of these. They're 1.5. These are 1.1 upkeep. I sort of wouldn't mind getting another one of these just to help out, but the destroyers are really what we need now. Yeah, -9 loyalty. This really is a problem. The Ghost Ark, transport vehicle with healing abilities. This is again a good one for us. The Haunting Inscriptions, increase the output of Stellae by 17. Grants Canoptek Spiders the ability to construct Canoptek Scarabs. Slave Master Bar, building that constructs new buildings, as well as generates energy, influence, and increases loyalty. Again, that would be a good one for us. It's the armor penetration. That would be useful for us right now. I think the Ghost Ark, we have, even though we don't actually have a location for building the actual ships, those just yet, we'll, I don't think we do. We'll need to specialise some of our buildings now. Exit the city, and we'll end. Again, this thing is in the middle. I just don't really want to be targeting until I get a couple of destroyers. So they're wandering off, doing their own thing.
I will listen. As you wish, Overlord.
Yeah, I think I'll just stay back. Bring them forward. Yeah, when you see the data smith, you know that you've got a bit of trouble. But the tower will be basically having to fight these things, and so the tower going to be severely weakened. It gives us an opportunity to sort of really control all of this.
We shall not abandon our war.
There's only one unit here as well. They have their full power the whole way through. They don't diminish. This incinerator is potentially a bit of a problem. I don't want to move in too close. These are hunters from hyperspace. Teleports to target explored tile and increases damage. 10 turn cooldown. I don't think I'll do it. I think I'll just wait till we need it. Loyalty is -1 here. Getting the Hypostyle Temple here would probably be where we want to be in this location, I think. Throw one of those in there, just so we can start to get some vehicles. Okay. We need to get the ore. Now I'm going to go out and start to build on these 40s. So 40 there, and it's pretty much the only one in this location. So let's just go and get that one, just so we can start to really push the ore for a lot, so we can start to get more units. Now I've run out of time, guys. I've actually got to get ready to go for a and do another stream. We've got extra infantry armor, would be good. The Lord's Command, reanimation rituals, growth rate. I won't do that one just yet because we're still actually. I've made a mistake. I don't think I've actually allowed myself growth in our main city. I'll grab an alliance. I'll start to go backwards through these other things that we want to be going and getting. Let's just go and grab this one, just so we can sort of output our troops a little bit faster. Yeah, I've still got 2 more here, so I'm sort of okay. I'll just remember that one. 2 of 8 there, and we've got 2 of 8 there as well. So they're all pretty good at this point in time. So I was thinking I may have screwed up this one here, but I think I'm still actually okay. If I go back to the city, I might just queue it up and get it ready. Just so we've got it queued up, just so I know what I'm doing. Anyway, guys, I have run out of time, so Ekandu is saying, which DLC are you talking about? I did not see any new DLC. Yeah, we've picked up the, forget what it's called, but what it does is it allows us to go and grab these Canoptech reanimators if we're playing as the Necrons. They're sort of like, there's an extra unit for a lot of the different factions. So the Canoptech reanimator is one support worker that regenerates friendly Necron units, so it's like a healer. But we haven't actually researched that one yet. So anyway, guys, got to leave it there. So I'll be on the Slytherin channel in about half an hour to play some Distant Worlds 2. We'll continue on with the game that we were playing, and we'll go from there. So Angela of Light saying, anyone know what mods Daz uses? Yeah, I'll show you that as I leave, actually. So I'll just do a quick save, escape, save game. We'll play this a little bit through the week, just because it is Skulls week. So we'll override that, and we will exit the main menu. Extras. So the mods that I've got installed are the Docs interface updates, the Gladius Plus, so this has been updated for the Drukhari patch, the 40k compendium, which just improves the compendium a little bit, the friendly territory, which allows you to move a little bit faster through the territory. Gladius Plus Daz Tweaks, this is one that I made just to go, it's a mod for Gladius Plus, which changes the mainly the ruins and the forests is sort of what that one does. Too many voices, of course, which is why we've got really, really good voice acting through it. Escalation Plus is another one that just resizes the mods for escalation to make it so that it works with Gladius Plus. The golden tooltips just changes the tooltips a little bit, and then more map sizes, options, and difficulty. So I've got that one as well, which is why the start that we had was a little bit different. So a fair few, fair few mods, but it's a great game. Anyway, I'll leave it there, guys. If you're around, I'll be on the Slytherin channel in about half an hour for some Distant Worlds 2.